going to be doing a quick video to overview our deliverable 4 for group 10. I'm going to show how to load the data, create tables, set up the database, as well as run the application. So we used a SQL/MySQL base. I used the same MySQL as we did for deliverable 3 or assignment 5. Basically everything is the same as assignment 5 for our setup. So if you look here, here's our create statement. This should create the 4 main tables that we're going to use. I've also included the insert statement within the submission folder, so it should be group 10_insert. So you can copy both of these into a SQL query and it will create these tables for you. These are some extra ones left over, but it should just be bike, customer, location, and review. So bike is going to have these rows, just 3 initially to start with, but you'll be able to insert, create, delete, and edit. So there's the bike rows. Customers got these. These are sorted by customer ID as well, so that's the primary key that you'll search by when testing the application. Same for bike ID. And location has a location ID as the primary, and review will have a review ID. This is what separates each individual row from each other. I put in the README how to run this from the command line. It's the same way that you do it through the last deliverable that we had, or the last assignment, just like this. So Java project 4.java, then specify your driver, URL, username, password. So if you tested the last one, you should be able to test this one as well. I run mine through IntelliJ. I find it a lot easier, as well as Java for some reason doesn't work locally on my machine, so I do it through IntelliJ, but everyone else has also tested it on command line. It seems to work well there. So for a quick tutorial of how to do this, you would do Control Option R and then E. For configurations, you put your command line arguments here. So for me, I have my driver, my URL, my username, and then my password. And that's how you include the arguments in IntelliJ. And then the project structure, I also have this Java library, do plus Java, and then add this connector file. And those are the 2 things that you need to run this program. So I'll hit play and show you some of the options that we have. First, you can hit 5 to exit the program with a successful message. No errors there. And then to search, you hit 1. You have the option to search for customer, bike, location, review. Start with customer. You'll hit 1 to view all of them. This is just a deprecation message. This is not an error. This happened in assignment 5 as well. So this listed all the customers. You're going to have that option for bike, review, and location as well. So I won't go through all of those, but those should be the same. Then you can search by customer ID. So I'll search for customer 1234, and that lists just the one customer here that you were looking for. So that's how you search by ID. Like I said, you're gonna be able to do that for each thing. Like we can hit 2 to search for a bike. That's gonna view all the bikes. So I'm not going to go through all those. You'll be able to run through that through testing, but search works the same for each category. So that looks good. We're going to try and insert as well. So this is going to allow you to insert a new bicycle into the database. For bike ID, we can just put 9, bike type 2, location ID 1, brand Kawasaki, and then color we'll do green, model Kawasaki. Or I guess we could say X400, brand would be Kawasaki. Number of wheels 2, owner ID 1, 2, 3, 4 we'll say. And then the new bicycle was added. Let's check the bike database and see if it was. Yes, it was. So this is the bike ID 9, owner ID 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all the information we just input. So the insert is successful. Now we can go ahead and test the update to the bike ID. So let's enter 9, the one we just did. So the new bike type ID will say, what's the old one that we used? We used 2, so let me try to update it to 1. I'm going to update the location to 2. Brand, we'll say Tonka. I don't even know if it's a bike brand, but that'll have to work. We'll say this one's red. L1000. 2. I'll say 1235 owns this one. New person owns it. So let's check the record and see if that updated correctly. Let's refresh. Sweet. Tonka red. Yep, so this updated correctly. So that was an edit function there. And then the last function that we'll try is to delete. So we're looking for a bike ID. We're going to do number 9, the one we just edited. So it's successfully deleted. Let's take a look. Sorry, this is causing me problems. There we go. Refresh the database. That row is gone. So that's showing that our insert, update, select, and delete all work successfully. So I guess the last thing I can show is if you're going to look for a customer where the ID does not exist, it doesn't give you, it doesn't crash the program. So it just won't list any customers if you don't have the ID, and it'll be the same for bike and review as well. So that's showing all of the functions of the program, how to set up and run the program in IntelliJ or command line, and showing that it works as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to email or message us. Other than that, that's how the program works. Thank you so much.